Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are here for the first women's semi-final of the Cape Town Sevens World Cup. New Zealand, the defending champions, they will be going head-to-head with a French side that won in the final moments of their game up against Fiji. This one's going to be an epic one. New Zealand, they've got a strong starting lineup here. Niall Williams, Portia Woodman, Sarah Hineni as the captain, Rizzi Pori Lame, Stacey Fleuler, Kelly Brazier, and Michaela Blyde. But then for France, a side that can certainly cause an upset when they need to. We have got Ken in the chat. Welcome in, mate. Hope you are doing very well. They have got Noel and there, Neeson, Chloe Powell, Joanna Grezes was able to score that final moment try up against the Fijians. You could see the emotion pouring off her face as she was running it over the try line. Okemba, Jade Ulatule, and then Camille Grassino in the starting lineup. So this game, New Zealand come in as favourites, but I could see it going either way, depending on how well the French do play in this contest. Looking through at the benches, it will be Kaka, Willison, Saley, also Felix Otham, and Georgia Miller for New Zealand. Then it is Yengo, Jasson, Christians, Graciet, and also Dizel as the last woman on the bench for France. So do let me know what your predictions are for this match. And also we have got there, would be funny if it ended up being New Zealand versus Oz in both finals, and it certainly could, which I think is why it's going to be so epic. See who wins this game. It will put extra pressure on the men. They are playing their next match very shortly. That will be up against the Irish, and what won't be a very easy contest for New Zealand, but they'll try their absolute best, just like the Black Ferns Sevens will try their absolute best up against France. They've had 2 wins so far in the competition. Colombia, they were able to beat 47 points to 5, and they were able to beat Ireland 28-0 in their quarterfinal, whereas South Africa, they were defeated by France 29-0, and they did win up against Fiji 19 points to 14. We have got high from NBA. That's an awesome New Zealand. Let's go, girls. Says Nathan there as well. Will be Ben Breakspear in charge of this one, the Welshman, getting us underway extremely shortly for another epic clash. Like they're saying, 50th tournament for Sarah Hirani. Captain Fantastic, as they have called her. And it will be France, who are kicking off New Zealand on a 12-match winning streak for Rugby World Cup fixtures. Can they continue that streak? And can they keep their hopes of becoming 3-time champions in a row alive? It's going to be kicked off and taken nicely by Pori Lane. Goes off to Portia Woodman, who runs it straight. Agrasino is taking her down inside of their own 22 now, New Zealand. Brazier goes across now nicely to Stacey Fleuler. Now Michaela Blyde tries to get the legs pumping, I should say. She hasn't actually had a lot of space throughout this competition. And also we have got there, how are you, says Ken? I'm doing very well. We're up to the final stages of the Rugby World Cup 7. So I am certainly excited to see who can win all of these fixtures. What's your prediction for this tournament? I think women's side of things, it's going to be New Zealand versus Australia in the final. I think that is going to be a real possibility. I can't speak anymore, but it is now going to be down the wing, Michaela Blyde. She scores a try. That name didn't want to roll off my tongue. I was about to say a French name, changed my mind to Michaela Blyde. Unfortunately, trying to say Joanna Grises, going from her to Blyde, doesn't quite work, as I've learnt from my tongue, but it was nice work in the breakdown, or in the back line, sorry, to catch the French winger Noel off the wing. New Zealand 22, France 12. Says Nathan there as well for the prediction, but it's a great first try for New Zealand, certainly one that they wanted to make sure they got nice and early in this game, put the pressure on France, and Michaela Blyde making a nice easy kick for her goal kicker as well. Pori Lane, she's got it down the middle and try New Zealand, says Nathan there. So Michaela Blyde, all-time try scorer, she's up to the 11 try mark, ahead of Landry, but nowhere near Portia Woodman. And Michaela a pocket rocket, she certainly is. As soon as she gets that space, she has got all of the ability in the world, although the tricky thing for her in most of the matches throughout this Sevens World Cup is they have shut her down pretty well. It's going to be tried to be slapped back by Stacey Fleuler, drop ball by France, double knock on, and it will now be the scrum feed for the French. I am getting quite tongue-tied for this live stream, I've noticed. I think it's just the excitement of being at the semi-finals. And this is the first of 4 matches we get to cover. The next one, like I mentioned, New Zealand versus Ireland in the men's. Then it is Australia versus USA in the women's, followed by Australia versus Fiji, which is going to be an absolutely massive game To close us out at 11:33, a free kick goes the way of France for the early push from New Zealand. Quickly taken by Grassano. Now great run from Grezes, the lady who was able to score that final moment try against France. She scored one a lot earlier. I said she scored it against France. It was against Fiji. But that is going to be another try for the French in this Rugby World Cup Sevens competition. She looks a lot angrier than she did yesterday. Her demeanor is completely different. When she scored that last-minute try up against Fiji, the tears were flowing. Today, she's looking extremely angry. This is about the face that she's making while she's running. And she does manage to get over the line for it and scores her second try of the Rugby World Cup Sevens. Now the score 7-all between these two sides. And France, they are right back into this contest. 3.5 minutes left. Still looking very angry. They are showing her still not very happy at all. There is a rematch. This is a rematch of the 2018 Rugby World Cup Sevens final. New Zealand winning 29-0. So that's already an improvement for the French compared to last time. Okemba tries to keep the ball alive. Nicely stripped by Portia Woodman. Hirini was asking for the penalty. She should have been keeping an eye on her teammate because she needed support in the breakdown. It's always the way, play to the whistle rather than looking at the referee. Sarah Hirini, for a veteran, she made that little bit of a mistake. Luckily for New Zealand, though, they still get themselves that penalty. Now 3 minutes left of this first half. They're saying Tyler Nathan Wong out, unfortunately, due to injury for this competition. She is normally the kicking option for the Kiwis off kickoffs and the goal kicking. So Pauli Lane, she's been doing very well stepping up to that role. Now Kelly Brazier tells a beautiful dummy. She's going straight through, or she's giving it to Michaela Blythe, the pocket rocket, as she is known. And Grassano's not going to... Oh, hang on. Did she score that? I think she did, but she made it look awkward. She almost ended up dropping that ball over the line, Michaela Blythe. But she scored it, her third try of the Sevens. And that facial expression, says Nathan there. But nice sell of the dummy from Kelly Brazier. She goes through that French player on the thumbnail, Hotlu. Hopefully I've said that correctly. Kayla Blythe, she slams the ball down in celebration. My prediction, 21 for New Zealand, 14 to France. Says NBA edits. That kick has gone over. Great kick. Now the score is 14 points to 7 in favour of New Zealand. They're going to show the slow motion replay. Yeah, she slammed it down. It was all right. I just had flashbacks to that Rico Ioane try, the Bledisloe Cup a couple of years ago when he tried to slam it and did anything but just drop the ball over the line. Forgot he was playing rugby rather than American football. But now it's going to be in the hands of France. Ulatule getting involved in the midfield, gives it off to Okemba. Now trying to back her pace, but Portia Woodman, normally a pretty quick individual down the wing, has made the good tackle, and it's going to be a little bit of a knock on there on the ground by Noel. Yes, it is. And they will be going back now. Trumpy for New Zealand. 1 minute 15 left of this first half. I've been drinking a lot of water today. I got my couple hours of sleep, and then now I've just been pretty much consuming a good litre of water already in the hour and a half that I have been awake. Which, of course, hydration is important, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure to get yourself a beverage, as it is going to be a long night of sevens. That is for sure. I'm a little bit disappointed with the scoreboard here. France are sitting on 7 points, but the scoreboard doesn't want to give them the conversion. It was a good conversion as well, straight out in front. Pottery Lane to put the ball in. It's going to be a free kick to France. They were taking too long. Oh, did Portia Woodman? I thought for a second Portia Woodman was going to get marched forward 10 there. Asking the question to the ref now. Backline movement. Chloe Powell says to fire it wide. Instead in the midfielder will be Grazes with the forward pass. The referee on the touchline saw it. And it is now going to be New Zealand with the scrum feed here. And going to be also watching the Gloucester versus Wasps game, says Ken. I'll probably be watching it, but won't be live streaming. Just because there is going to be a couple games overlapping with it, I believe. For the Sevens, or at least the preparation for a couple of those games, I should say. The women's 5th place playoff game will be taking place. I believe that is going to be between Fiji. Did Fiji win? I just watched their game. Yeah, Fiji won. So Fiji They will be playing up against the loser of this game. No, that's a lie. They will be playing up against... Who are Fiji going to be playing? Canada. They're going to be playing Canada. I forgot who they were playing for a second there. Nice tackle from Chloe Powell. It's a weird day, isn't it? It's 10:15 p.m. and I'm just shouting Canada in my living room now. And wide pass out to Michaela Blyde. Ula Tule able to shut her down relatively quickly. It's going to become another penalty, though. Now, offside penalty going against the French. There's an injury, though, so we are going to have a little bit of time off in the extra time. And also we have got there, can George wear a sports bra next time he plays the wing? I'm concerned his boobies might get hurt with all the physical movement. Says Jay Hayes. I assume, are you talking the cycling one or the tennis one? Because the cycling, we were both going absolutely 110% there. Some of it got cut out, but there were some big moments in that cycling race. And then we got pushed off a cliff, unfortunately, which was a bit of a shame. And also, hi, Amish, g'day all. Says David the Mole, welcome in, mate. Hope you are doing very well. But it is also good to see you, Jay. It's been a month or two. It's good to have you back. How have you been? How is Perth? Is it still hot as ever? Or is it not too bad overall for temperature? But now the ball about to be fed in by Poultry Lane. Does put the ball in now. Going to be out the back. Nice work from, it was the number 4, Noel. Does manage to do very nicely. Keeping this ball on the side of the Kiwis now. Portia Woodman with the knock on. That will be the end of the first half. Well, Ula Tule picks it up. And France have now got themselves a counter attack. It's Chloe Pell who is dragged down 45 metres out from the line now. Will be France. Good driving tackle. The advantage is over. So if we have any more of the knock-ons or anything along those lines, ball going into touch as well, it will be the end of this first half. Night tackle on the halfway line. Penalty goes the way of New Zealand. All right, they are 7 points up at the moment, but I think they'll keep on going out. The Kiwis, says Jeffrey, and also we have got their cycling. That was going even better if George does it half-pissed, says Jay. Well, I think the worst thing about those first couple races was he had 3 hearts left, and I had 1, which anyone who knows about Wii Sports, you know that the quicker you go on the cycling and the more rhythm you got, pretty much going like this, the more hearts you use up. So the fact that he had 3 at the end of the first race, imagine how well we would have done if he had emptied the tank like these women are currently doing. 9 minutes through this first half, little mistake. Another penalty goes the way of New Zealand. Chloe Powell wanted to take the quick tap. Unfortunately for it, it wasn't her turn. I'm back to halfway. It's a pretty long advantage. So going back to halfway here. Oh, no. Looks like Poultry Lane has got an injury. And g'day, Double Damage. Yeah, I'm okay. Finally, sunshine here. I hope everyone is well. And Perth is getting hotter. It was perfect golfing weather here at Osman Mansborough. And did Jordan Lay end up with a careless high tackle charge? Oh, it was a bit rough, wasn't it? Imagine going out to your job as a referee and being one of the players or people who have to go off for a blood bin from taking the cut. I assume, I haven't seen him today refereeing. I don't know whether or not he is concussed or whether maybe they're just not allowing him to do any refereeing as of yet, or at least he hasn't been doing the games that I've been watching. Our final or our Ireland in the final tonight. So they are playing up against New Zealand in only about 17 minutes time when that playoff game will be taking place. Nice work here. This first half has gone for 10 minutes. Sheree Kaka doesn't find the offload she was after. Now the question is, who's got the better endurance? Now Sarah Hirani, she's made her way through. That will be the try in the 10th minute of the first half. And the thing is, the women's final is taking place in only about 8 hours' time. So it should be enough time to recover, but you wouldn't want to risk any injuries here in the next little while. And also, going back to the golfing, though, for Thor Finn, did you go all right at the golf course? I did actually play a little bit of golf recently, although the problem was they had these nicely mown fairways, but I didn't really hit from them. I was hitting from the rough on either side. I played with about 7 trees on the first hole. That was fun. Just seemed to be no matter where I'd hit the ball, I'd end up behind another bloody tree, but that's going to be half-time now. In this match, New Zealand taking a bit more of a lead, 21 points to 7. Did the Roosters get smoked by the Rabbitohs? I believe so. And it is on TV tonight, says Connor Crowley. And there as well. So, yeah, the Irish women, I believe they will be versing. Who are the Irish women versing? They are going to be going head-to-head with the USA, I believe, is their matchup. And they will be playing off for 7th place in the sevens, but currently 14 points difference between these two sides. Okay. The French coach, if I had to guess, he's not saying, well done, girls, let's get another half just like that. He is yelling. He's doing hand motions all over the place. I don't know what that means, but he's just cranked, whatever that is. He's saying, rush up, make the tackles. Another one of those hand slaps on the back. Another one. He's fired up. Oh, another couple and a fist pump at the end of it. That's how you fire up a team at halftime. Lots of Sinbids, double David, about 7. 7. How many red cards of those 7s, Jay? Were they all yellows? And how does one get 7 sin bins? Was everyone just tackling above the neck just throughout the whole game? I do. Okay, these call me Tarzan. Always in the trees today, though. Mud, says Thorfinn. Yeah, I normally play a little bit of soldier golf myself. Left, right, left, right, left, right. Nowhere near the fairway. But the chipping game saves me big time. Yellows, so 7 yellows. Jeez. I'm going to have to watch that game and see how it happened. What was the end score on that one, Jay? For the Roosters and the Rabbitohs. But the men's semi-final taking place. Ireland versus New Zealand only just around the corner. It's kicked off now to get the second half underway. So that was a very long first half, that is for sure. Now 7 minutes could split these two sides, one of which going through to a World Cup final. Unfortunately, just running out of space down the wing there for Georgia Miller, I believe that is. And also, geez, I watched that game, buddy, says David the Moore. Yeah, sounds action-packed. Tell you what, I missed 2 great games on Saturday by the looks of it. One of them going to Golden Point after being 30 all, and then the other was an upset, the Melbourne Storm, getting themselves beaten in that contest. But now it's going to be nicely done by Kelly Brazier. Good step from Sheree Kaka. Normally when she gets in space, she's an incredibly hard woman to stop. She might almost get caught. No, she doesn't. And also something like that, Rabbitohs 30-14, says Jay. And there's we used to have a drink, or we used to have to drink the number of putts and shots of whiskey. So, some of us didn't get to finish. Well, I 3-putted about 3 holes. So, 3-putting, imagine if you get a triple bogey on the first hole because you 4-putt. You'd just be shattered by the second hole. That would certainly make you want to play better. Sheree Kaka scores the try for New Zealand there. The ladies on the bench, very happy with that one. Saili. And also, I believe it was Jasmine Felix Hotham. That kick has not gone over, just going short. 26 points to 7, though, in favour of the Kiwis. So a little bit more one-sided. Now, the last time these two sides met at a Sevens World Cup, at this point in time, it was 29 points to 0. So, improvement for France at this stage. But they do need to stop New Zealand from being able to score again and need to get themselves a couple more on the board now going through for France. Backline, nope, it's going to be the penalty. You should do a couple NRL finals games, says William. We are actually keen to do something in NRL. We were going to be doing some this weekend, but it did end up pretty hectic with the Sevens. But it will be over on the Kiwi Lads Sport channel. The link for that channel is in the description. That's where we do rugby league, football, and pretty much any other random sports that we can find, really. Have you sussed out the secret targets on the Wii? The secret targets. We talking, is that on the flight one? Is that the one that's got the secret targets, or am I thinking of the wrong one, Jay? Do let me know the secret targets. I'm intrigued. And yeah, pretty much love speed golf too. Back home in Rotorua, crack up, says Thorfinn. It would be a good way of getting fit. Like, yes, you look like idiots running around the golf course, but like you still get real good fitness. Definitely if you've got a hilly course for yourself. Our course is quite hilly. And we sports, says Jay. The secret targets. The secret targets. I don't know whether I know the secret targets. I know we've played like those mini games that you then unlock the next game with. But the secret targets, I'm not too sure. I feel like there's stuff I don't know about the Wii, and it's been out for a good, 13 years, something along those lines. Looks like a sub being made for New Zealand after a mistake. It will now be Tanika Willison making her way out there. And Pori Lane is the woman replaced. Search it up on YouTube. I'll have to give it a look, see what I can find. Secret targets. The more you know. New Zealand have never failed to reach a World Cup Sevens final. That is a massive stat. And it looks like they're going to be able to hit another one. And yep, divots everywhere. And got fit until we added booze. That's the deciding factor, isn't it? With the alcohol, I mean, running an alcohol by itself is probably hard enough. Then you try and hold a golf club, and it would just be a shocking moment. I was trying a new style with drive when I was golfing, because I always end up getting myself too set, and then I just waddle till I'm standing like I'm doing the splits and then swing. So I actually was doing like you do in, like, what do you even do it in? Like, I was doing a little hop before I'd sit down, or not sit down. You shouldn't sit down while you're doing your golf swing, but I'd do a little hop, and then it would get me in position, and then I'd smack it not too badly. Felix Hotham, she's running all right, and she's going to go in for the try for New Zealand again down the wing. And I got it when it first came out, paid a stupid amount of dollars for it. I should have waited 12 months, says Jay Hayes. Although at the time, it was revolutionary, wasn't it? Like, I remember thinking at the time, like, that's like weird how well it works. And some of the games on the Wii, I think are still better than some of the other games on, like, the newer Xboxes. Like the old Ashes cricket, I want to download it, or I want to get it for the Xbox so that I can actually play the cricket shots. You know, that would be quite a lot of fun for a video. One of our guys went missing. Still think he is down in the gully waiting for us up the Ferns, says Thorfinn. Yeah. He got lost in the gully? He just show up a week later, just covered in mud. Probably going, I finally finished. Poor fella. And as I told you, another try for New Zealand. I think they have shut this out, says Nobum. Yeah. It does seem like New Zealand have got this one secured. I see I missed your chat or your message, didn't I? I feel another try coming for New Zealand. Do you think there's another one in the bank for them, Novmum, in the last 2 minutes of the game? Or can France get themselves back into the contest a little bit more? It's another mistake, though, from Grassano. Now has to swing that one wide. I should say that was Neeson. Hardly seen her. And at this semi-final, it's solid New Zealand girls. And this is Nathan. Yeah, doing very impressive. The question is, can the men's back it up with their performance in the game up against the Irish? That is only going to be 8 minutes away. Offloaded back to Okemba. Now having to run it backwards. A good driving tackle around the ankles by the young number 10 for the Kiwis, Georgia Miller. Oh, that was nice work. And France have been taken back into their own in-goal area. Yengo goes back. And now 5 meters out, New Zealand are going to have themselves another scrum feed. It just seems like they are playing extremely well. I'd love to see them up against Australia in the final. I feel like that would be an awesome clash. Although normally in that awesome clash, Australia lately have been getting the better of the Black Ferns, which is something you wouldn't want to see in a World Cup final if you're from New Zealand. If you're from Australia, it would be absolutely brilliant in that case. I wonder what the odds are for USA to win up against Australia. I'm going to have a quick look because I feel like it would certainly be a lot lower than I'd expect. I would say for USA to beat Australia, it has to be around like $8 minimum. We're going to go down. We're going to go sports, and we're going to go rugby. New Zealand having a little bit of a mistake off the back of that scrum. Double blow of the whistle. It looks like France are now going to find themselves in the bin. It's a bit unfortunate. Go Fiji, go. So here's Lake showing, yeah, they're going to be playing up against the Australians in a short moment. Grassa, no, he has gone to the bin. So for the women's, not too bad. USA $9.60 underdogs, and that's going to be another try there. Sheree Kaka goes through and scores yet again another one. And try will be Michaela. Says Novmum there, and also was it Lakeview, brother? And also, yes, one more try for New Zealand, says Novmum. Sheree Kaka, she gets through. It would have been dangerous if it went out far enough to Michaela Bly, but they didn't need her on the outside. As Sheree Kaka, she saw the gap, went on the inside of Okemba, and didn't manage to score it. So USA in the women's is paying $9.60. Australia in the men's game up against Fiji is $3.18 underdogs. And then Ireland up against New Zealand are $4.55 underdogs. That kick's gone over. And now New Zealand, they have been able to get themselves a very good victory there. 38 points to 7 in favour of the Black Ferns. So they will be going through to the next stage of the competition, the final that has taken place at about 6:15 New Zealand time, and that is going to be tomorrow morning. But thank you all very much for tuning in. Like I mentioned, the next match we are doing is Ireland versus New Zealand. That is kicking off in only 5 minutes time. Should be a very awesome one indeed. But thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And also, cheers, Hamish. Take care, mate. CSJ right back at you, mate. And do hope to see you relatively soon, perhaps for Australia's game in an hour, 2 minutes time up against the Fijians. It'll be an absolutely awesome one. And Springfield was my nemesis. Straight fairways don't suit my cockeyed dog leg, says Thorfinn. And also, we have got the call from David, and France got fresh. They certainly didn't have the result that they were after in this game, it is fair to say. But there's always the third place playoff game. They will be more than likely going head-to-head with the USA. But nonetheless, I will see you all for the next one.